I recently visited the Microsoft campus in Redmond to find out what employees really thought about working there.
Pooja has asked me, but now, what do I hear? Her complaining about me. Pooja!
I wanted to find out everything from the perks of working on campus, how good the food was, to some of the deepest, darkest secrets that lurked throughout all the hallways. Just kidding, you fucking weirdos. There's no deep, dark secrets here. After searching far and wide to answers to some of your burning questions, I came to learn some shocking truths, so stay tuned. So first thing I wanted to find out was, what was something about the campus that people didn't know already? In order to find that out, me and my camera person, Ria, if you can call her a camera person, started asking around campus. Now, don't worry, I paid her.
Pooja should have been paying me $10 for my services.
Moving on. Thankfully, we found some willing employees to answer our questions. Let's see what employees have to say about their favorite thing about working here.
Okay, the best thing about working at Microsoft is a work-life balance. I worked with like 3 to 4 companies in my whole career till now. And the Microsoft is the best company I would recommend to have a work-life balance. You know, one day I was just working late night, and next day I just told my manager that I was working late night just because I wanted to fix the issue. And he told me like, don't bother taking a day off sometime, you know, once you finish the issue, and don't even put it in the system, it's okay. So that was like really nice thing and a kind gesture from the manager, so yeah.
So my favorite thing about working for Microsoft is definitely the company culture, and also working on project teams that have such a large impact on the products we use every day. And being able to see that and work directly with those is definitely really cool as a new engineer in my career.
So my favorite thing about working for Microsoft, I would say, is like the work-life balance. I know that in the tech community, there's this big hustle culture and just like people sometimes overwork, and there's like zero expectation of doing that in Microsoft, and that's really good. It allows me to pursue other interests, other creative interests. So that's something I really value.
Nice. Those were some good answers. Next, we'll hear from Aditya on what's something people don't know about the campus.
One thing people don't know about the Microsoft campus is there's a shuttle service that takes you from any building you want to go to, from the building you are at, and it's kind of like a Uber for Microsoft employees, and I think that's pretty cool.
Out of the goodness of my heart, I even decided to let my camera woman speak about it as well.
You should be actually paying me $10 for my services.
Anyways, we also have a world-class speakeasy located on the floor of the first building. Haha, suckers. You don't think I would actually tell you where it is. And if you want to spend time out in nature, feel free to visit the world-famous Microsoft Treehouse, equipped with state-of-the-art oak, the finest fresh air one could offer, and the hardest seats to lounge on in the world. If you want to escape from the workplace, just plug into a tree instead. So after a few questions, we decided to take a break to explore the amenities on campus so that you could all see how fun it was to work there. Unfortunately, we ran into a few roadblocks with the camera woman. I pay my filmographer a lot of money, but she literally can't do anything right. The other day, I tried to get her to film me walking between 2 trees. Very simple, and this is what happened.
Oh shoot, Pooja, my fingers came in the middle.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
All I wanted was for her to film me without obstructing the view, but then I got a complaint from HR because of this.
Pooja, I have done everything you've told me, and this is what I get. You should be actually paying me $10 for my services, but here you are complaining about my 2 fingers coming in the middle, which might have actually improved your video a bit.
Dude!
So we decided to look past our differences and just continue exploring the campus to show off some of the amenities. So we work really hard here. We currently have a hair salon behind me. And if we keep walking this way, if you want to give a pan out of this area. Yep, so here we have the mixer and the sub-mixer. I honestly couldn't tell you what the difference is, but we have both of them, so. We have the great room. Also, another thing that I have no idea what that is, but it's okay. Life moves on. And we also have Indian cuisine. I've heard it's really good. Obviously, I have not tried it. Not obviously. I've only been here for a few days, so I haven't had time to try everything yet. So next what we're gonna do is I will show you where you can get free drinks right here. Look at all that. All you have to do, okay, so it's a little wet. I don't know if I'm gonna zoom in on that, but. So we're just gonna hold it. You know, And we're gonna get a chai latte. And we're just gonna make it a short. Now, we don't get free food here, but we get free beverages, so. Behold, water. And just when I thought Ria was getting the hang of filming me, this happened. You know, when you're stuck on a pull request and you don't know why the build is failing, the best thing I like to do is play some pool.
Wait, Pooja, can you do that again? My finger came in the way.
Anyways, after a bit of lunch and walking around campus with some coworkers, I decided to go back to the same employees to ask them one last question for you guys. The ultimate question that everyone has been waiting for. How do you get into Microsoft? But before we go any further, I just wanted to thank NordPass for sponsoring this portion of the video. NordPass Business is a platform where your company's digital wealth is managed. Over 60% of organizations report that access issues impact their productivity regularly. In the same report, 31% said access issues are the source of daily disruptions to the workflow. Repeated delays cause frustration and workflow friction and threaten the timely delivery of your projects. How can you eliminate these disruptions and increase your productivity? With the NordPass Business Password Manager, you will save time and energy, allowing your team to focus on what matters most. NordPass eases the burden of access to business accounts, making it possible for your team to work across devices and apps uninterrupted. Log in, share, and make payments efficiently backed by the highest standard of cybersecurity technology. The best part of NordPass, share company digital wealth between teams to make collaboration easy. How are updated credentials, alarm codes, pins, and Wi-Fi passwords shared in your organization? Are credentials traded back and forth through unsecure emails and messages, leaving you guessing about which is current? Are members of your team increasing your chances of suffering a damaging data breach by posting credentials in Slack and Messenger? Has less in-person contact meant there are no quick, safe ways to share credentials between members of your team? Remove bottlenecks that stall deadlines. Share an unlimited number of digital entry points that you can assign to different departments or teams. Members get access to shared credentials, payment information, and other sensitive data immediately. Obviously, you've got to get NordPass. Go to nordpass.com/Pooja for a 3-month trial. Link is in the description below. All right, now back to the video.
All right, the advice I would give, focus on LinkedIn jobs where Microsoft will post different job opportunities. Reach out to recruiters directly, mail them, message them, or there's something called in-mail in the LinkedIn. Do that. Also, once recruiter reach out to you, make sure you ask a time to prepare for the interview. They will be open. They will be very kind to you to provide you some time, like maybe a month or 2. Do your preparation, focus on your algorithms, focus on your data structure, do some lead coding, HackerRank. Sometimes mock interviews also are a good thing. So figure out people who will take your mock interviews, get their suggestion, try to understand what they are, saying, and then come for the interview. We are very kind to the people who come with the preparation and with the confidence.
So the one that gets thrown around the most is definitely to just practice lead code and get really good at answering technical questions and solving coding problems. And that's definitely good advice. So I'm not here to say it isn't. You should definitely spend some time doing that. But one side that people don't talk about that much is about putting yourself out there and start creating this personal brand and image as an established developer. And a part of that is building these projects of your own and getting your reps in of actually writing working code as close as you can get to real production, real tech company level. And that just means doing things like using source control, adding tests where you can. It doesn't need to be anything huge, but just something so that you're accustomed to the more real world practices. And then you can build on top of that by creating a good LinkedIn profile, immersing yourself in social networks that are surrounding your niche in the tech community. Are you a mobile developer? Are you a web developer? There are a lot of communities that kind of reinforce these topics and just build on what others talk about. So it's good to start getting yourself into these. At some point, if you start establishing these connections, you'll see how quickly recruiters start messaging you, and that at least gets your foot in the door.
Definitely to work on your own personal projects and dedicate some time in your preparation to get into these companies, to developing these projects, since I think it really helps you, nail down the fundamentals, and you get to make something pretty cool that you can talk about in your interviews. Obviously, practice your lead codes, because once you showcase your projects, you'll get the interview, and lead code and technical interviews questions definitely help you pass those rounds. And finally, just don't stress about it, and just make sure to take it easy.
You heard it, folks. As I reflected on my time at Redmond, my excitement started to reignite as I looked back at my time on Microsoft so far. It had taken me so long to finally get into this place. I had met the coolest people, visited amazing places, and made lifelong friends. No wonder people only had good things to say about this place. It truly was the chocolate factory to my Willy Wonka.